Hi folks, welcome to another video by the brilliant expat Taffy, a video in the series Apollo Morons Daily. And who have we got today? We've got none other than Joan Evans, who hasn't got a leg to stand on. Now folks, this volume 8 is the second in a three-part series dealing with the demons haunting Joan Evans. The demons of expat Taffy that have been driving Joan Evans crazy for the last 6 to 8 years. We've just seen volume 7 where we dealt with a demon that was haunting Joan Evans, which was the pink flamingo. And now in this one folks, we're going to be dealing with another demon haunting Joan Evans. The astronaut with one leg who never left any footprints because he simply had to hop it. There you are folks, you've just seen it. The second demon from the brilliant expat Taffy, the demon that's traumatizing Joan Evans. Traumatizing her, she can't sleep by night. Okay folks, here's the photo in question. The one-legged astronaut, AS14-68-9405. Now, any of you see a right leg on this astronaut? Well, let me give you a good rundown on this photo. Okay folks, now that photo there, the one-legged astronaut, was first discovered by another YouTuber who's got an excellent site. His name is Sam Colby, and he's got an internet site, Apollo Reality 2. You should all visit that site. Very, very excellent, very informative, and loads of proof that Apollo was fake. Just got Apollo Reality 2 and go through the subtitles. Now, whereas Sam discovered that one-legged astronaut, I'm surprised he never pushed it further. Now folks, it was the brilliant expat Taffy that done further examination of that photo, and what I can tell you is I came up with 7 very serious errors to prove that it is fake and was impossible to have been taken on the moon. And I'll reveal all of them clues after we have a look at some of Joan Evans' comments. There you are folks. Can any of you see a right leg on this astronaut? How insane can the stupid Joan Evans get? That's what I showed in a previous video. Now let's take a look at the next photo coming up that Joan Evans claims he must have a leg in this photo because he had one in the previous one. There you are folks, here's the previous photo, the one taken just a couple of seconds before. And as you can see, in this photo, this astronaut is the other side of the net and he's got a right leg. Joan Evans insists because he's got a right leg here, he must have a right leg in the next photo. Well, you'll see how stupid that statement is now. Here you are folks, here's that photo here, AS14-68-9404. This is one I screen cropped from Joan's video. And amazingly enough, with this photo, she's brightened it up instead of darkening it down. Is she brightening it up to make sure you can see the leg? But something else Joan Evans is unaware of in this photo that's proving this to be fake, folks. Watch the brilliant expat Taffy analysing coming up next photo. There you are folks, there's something Joan Evans didn't have the brains to spot. What I've got arrowed there is a crater in this photo. It's a crater that was dug out at Houston with an excavator. And it's been used varying sizes right throughout Apollo. It's been used around about 500 times to make up fake landscapes. Just being large, small, or even minute. It's a fake crater. It's not a crater on the moon. Look out for another video of mine titled Crater or No Crater. And there'll be a new one on it. Now, before long. Okay folks, let's take a look at the next bit of explanation this Joan Evans has got for one leg missing on this astronaut. The only explanation, if you can call it that, for this claim of a missing leg made by William is that the astronauts in the photo are posable mannequins. William claims that for some reason between 9404 and 9405 it was decided to remove Shepard's right leg. Hey Joan, where the bloody hell have I decided that? I've never mentioned such a bloody case. It's pretty obvious what's gone on here is it's a bad case of copying and pasting in the early 70s before the introduction of Photoshop. And then she goes on to say, it was decided to remove Shepard's right leg between his hip and his foot, and then to somehow stand Shepard mannequin behind the Met, where you can see the right leg anyway, to take the photograph. It's an insane claim. It makes no sense. You're bloody right, it is bloody stupid and insane. And you were the one making it. I'm stating the truth. It's a bad case of copying and pasting when they made the photo in 1969 to 70. And I'll prove that. But let's take a look at some more of your comments, shall we? Okay, let's take a look at the next thing this Joan Evans has got to say. By the way, William, did you stop my proof? Stop your proof? How could I stop your proof, Joan? What the hell are you talking about? Did you stop my proof? Oh, I get it. Your spell checker or your brain isn't working, is it? You mean, did I spot? Is that what you're saying, Joan? Did I spot your proof that Alan Shepard's right leg is there and it's actually present in this photo? Well, Joan, I've asked you before, if his leg is present in this photo, then put an arrow to it. Let's see where it is. Because I will be showing everybody that it's not there. Why haven't you made a photo with an arrow saying, look, William, here's his leg? We can all see it. There you are, folks. See how stupid these NASA shows are? When it comes to the pink flamingo, which you can all see is there, this idiot cleric and this idiot Joan Evans say, I can't see it. And it's there staring them in the face. But with this astronaut, when there's no leg there, she's saying it's there, she can see it. That's what she said in the past. And I challenged her. Well, mate, just like I put an arrow pointing down to the pink flamingo, then put an arrow saying, William, here's his leg. I pointed it out to you. Why did you do that, Joan? Look what this Joan Evans has done you now, folks. And that's the time after time, if there's a leg there, put an arrow pointing to the leg saying, look, William, here's his leg. I'm showing you his leg. But she can't do that. She's shown an arrow going to a shadow on the ground. And she claimed that's the shadow from Alan Shepard's leg. Why has no hoaxer ever noticed it? Well, Joan, just because you can see a shadow, you say there must be a leg. Is that the case, Joan? Well, take a look at the next couple of photos coming up, Joan. Well, look what we've got here, Joan Evans. We've got the shadow in the shape of a chicken. You can see he's got a head. He's got a white eyeball with a black pupil. He's got a pointed beak. He's got a neck. He's got a body, and he's got two legs underneath. So, Joan, if this is a shadow of a chicken, that means you say there must be a chicken on the moon, is it? And what about this one, Joan? We've got the shadow of an astronaut here. So according to you, if there's a shadow of an astronaut there, there must be an astronaut there. Well, we can see an astronaut, Joan, but if you look up at his legs, up to his knees, the shadows are in the right orientation. The sun is supposed to be behind him, hitting his back. Now look at the legs. They're okay, apart from one looks to be the stick of Long John Silver. But from the top of his legs up, it's the wrong orientation. It's the shadow that would be cast by the sun being on the side of an astronaut. You can see the helmet and the backpack side by side. You shouldn't be able to see that if the sun is on the back. One should be in front of the other. Now there is about the best evidence you can get of deliberate fakery by the whistleblowers. And what about this one, Joan Evans? I've shown you this before. Just look at the features you got for this shadow. We've got a shadow in the shape of a bird, a cormorant. A long beak. He's got a white eyeball with a black pupil again. He's got teeth. He's got wings. And he's got two legs underneath. Now how much more detail do you want, Joan Evans? So according to you, if this is a shadow of a black bird, then there must be a black bird on the moon. Okay folks, let's take a look at the next comment by this Joan Evans, shall we? The shadow cast by Shepard's right leg proves that his right leg was there when the photo was taken. The claim otherwise is insane. You see that, folks? Joan Evans states that the shadow of his leg proves that his leg was there when the photo was taken. So what happened to it, Joan? Where's it gone? Because it's not there now, and I should be proving why it's not there now, Joan. Joan Evans states that the shadow of his leg proves that his leg was there when the photo was taken. So what happened to it, Joan? Where's it gone? There you are, folks. There's a photo I put up in a previous video about this Joan Evans. How insane can the stupid Joan Evans get? Now she claims there is a leg there. It's just a metal frame. You can see through it in many places. And you can see the soil behind. But there's no sign of any leg. Now Joan Evans, I've asked you, put an arrow saying, William, here's his leg. I can see his leg. Tell us you can see it. Show us where it is, Joan. Here you are, folks. The next comment by this Joan Evans. No, I say it's there and I proved it. Hey Joan, how have you proven it? You haven't shown us it. We want to see the leg. I told you, shadows mean nothing because they're just airbrushed in by whoever made the photo. They're not genuine shadows at all. Now folks, look at this next photo by Joan Evans. She's showing the previous photo here, 9404. And you can see the two legs. And what Joan said, if he had a leg in this photo, he must have had one in the next photo. And what is she doing here? She's putting red arrows pointing to the leg. Now that's what I've been asking you to do with the other one, Joan. If there's a leg there, put a red arrow pointing to it and say, here, William, here's his leg. I can see it. Okay, let's take a look at the next photo by this Joan Evans. Here, folks. What she's done now, she's providing arrows. Amazing she won't provide an arrow saying, there's the leg, William. She's providing a top arrow saying, Alan Shepard's right hip, or just above it. Well, I agree with you on that, Joan. I think it's just above, considering the position of his dick between his legs. Now, the bottom arrow, Alan Shepard's right foot or boot. Well, we'll see about that, won't we, Joan? So we'll go along with your photo here, and I'll do a bit of improvisation. Here you are, Joan. I've taken your photo. I'm going on your boot that you claim, and I'm going on your hip that you claim. Now everyone has got an inside leg and an outside leg. So that's what I've put in here. From your boot down below, Joan, up to the hip and to his crotch. And the two blue arrows are indicating where his inside leg and his outside leg should be. Now, Joan, I can't see any sign of any leg between these two arrows. But I can see through the net, which is just a frame, I can see background soil. But I cannot see any sign of any leg there, Joan. Now if you can spot it, then do what I keep asking you. Provide a red arrow saying, William, here's his leg, I can see it. Okay, Joan Evans, you've had your say. It's now time for the brilliant expat Taffy to show the world what an idiot you are by providing his professional analysis of this so-called photo. Okay, let's come back to this photo by this Joan Evans. William claims that because you can't see all of Shepard's right leg, because Shepard is standing behind the net, then it doesn't exist. How insane is that? Well, we'll see who's insane now, Joan. Take a look at the next photo coming up. Okay, here you are, Joan Evans. If the boot under the cart is Alan Shepard's right boot, then please explain why he's got two different size boots. The one under the cart is less than half the size of his left boot. Let's have an explanation for that, Joan Evans. Well, folks, what do you think of that? Now, I put that question to that other mentally insane moron, Cleric58, and he stated the one on his right foot is smaller because it's sunk deeper down into the dust. What a moron. Now, it'll be interesting to see what these morons got to explain the next anomaly I'm going to show you. And that is, no tracks from the cart. Okay, Joan Evans, correct. Take a look at the photo here, and you can see there is no tracks behind these wheels or in front of it. Now, the question here is, which way was this cart supposed to be travelling? Was it from left to right, or was it from right to left? Has anybody got any idea on that? The brilliant expat Kathy can explain that, which way it was intended to be going. Now folks, with such a cart you can see the handle. There's two ways you could move that cart, either with the handle and push forward, or with the handle and pull behind you. Now, I'm going to throw a challenge to this Joan Evans and this moron Cleric 58. Which way was the maker of this photo intending the cart to go? Was it meant to go from left to right, or pulled from right to left? I'll leave that open to the morons and see if they can tell us. Let's see if they've got the brains to look at that and say it was pulled or it was pushed. Let's see if you can answer that, because I can. Okay, Credit Joan Evans. Here's a little example of tracks. And I can assure you, I can prove them to be 100% fake. Okay folks, look at this photo here now. AS14-66-93254. Bear in mind what I keep telling you, you can't concentrate on one photo to decide if it's genuine or not. You've got to take other photos into account. Now here's a good example of tracks by that car. But let me show you, they're all fake. Now I wonder if that idiot cleric can tell us why the tracks are fake. And I wonder if he's got the brains to spot the whistleblower's clues in this one. Okay folks, we're back with this one-legged astronaut now. Now I want you to study this photo of mine and let's see if any of you can come up with the answer as to which way this cart was supposed to be travelling. Was it supposed to be going from left to right or right to left when they're supposed to put it there, despite the fact there is no tracks there at all? But another important anomaly that Joan Evans and Cleric were too thick to stop is behind this astronaut there is not a single boot print at all. That's one thing. The next thing, if you examine the boot prints, you can see bottom right hand corner with this astronaut here. If you go back to the previous photo 9404, the boot print patterns there are exactly the same. So going from 9404 to 9405, not one single extra boot print has been added, folks. Now, did this astronaut take a giant leap for mankind? Did he hop it or what? Why didn't he create one extra boot print? Have you got that, Joan Evans? Are you going to come back with an answer for that? No extra boot prints in this photo, Joan Evans. Now, what I can tell you is whoever made this photo in the 1970s, they was either completely incompetent, didn't know their job, or they was very clever and left certain clues to tell everybody the photo is fake. Now, I go with the latter, and for more than one reason. There's numerous errors in this photo, which I'll show you a couple of them now. But whoever made it is giving us a clue into which way the cart was going. Was it pushed or was it pulled? Like he's indicating here, it was pushed. What you can look at is the two legs from the cart are going into the soil and they've been pushed forward and they create some sort of trench, a drag effect in the soil. Now, if that's what happened to the cart, was pushed forward with the legs in the soil, then where is the tracks from the wheels? Now either he was incompetent and stupid and never put the tracks in, or he was very clever and just left that push marks and the tracks missing as a clue. And I go along with the latter. Now, as far as copying and inserting, there was many with great skill years ago at that time that done jobs just as good as Photoshop today. And I'll show you an example of that in the next but one photo coming up. But let's take another look at that astronaut first. Okay, here we are with that one-legged astronaut again, folks. And look at the arrows I've got on here. We start off at the bottom left-hand corner. The long arrow you see going up at 45 degrees is indicating the direction the cart was supposed to be going. And since the handle is this size, that's indicating it was pushed. And you can see that from the other two short arrows, it's showing a drag-along effect in the soil. Whether those drag-along effects are genuine, or whether they just sort of airbrushed in, but they tend to tell us, oh, the cart was going left to right. Now, if that's the case, then why haven't we got any tracks behind the wheels? You see, these two things do not add up. They do not add up, folks. Now, the other arrows, look at the one in the middle, the horizontal one pointing to the left. What that is showing you is there is no extra boot prints behind this astronaut. So he didn't walk there. It's not a photo of an astronaut who walked there like Joan Evans is saying. There is no extra tracks. And if you look at all the footprints in the bottom right hand section of the photo, and notice every footprint, they're exactly the same pattern as in the previous photo. There is not one extra footprint added to this photo. Now, what are the four other arrows on the top, all pointing down? Well, what they are is showing the crater that was dug out at Swithin. All you can see there is 4 times that crater was used. It's just they used different sizes and a little bit of different detail in each one, but I can assure you they're all the same crater. And these have been used well over 500 or 600 times throughout Apollo landscapes. I'll be doing a video showing them. They're just different sizes and slightly different detail in each one, with a bit of airbrushing. As I showed you in other videos, one of these shows Kip Peak have inserted his Jeep coming out of the crater, full of the same crater that was dug out at Swithin. Joan Evans thinks this is genuine and taken on the moon. There you are, folks. It's now make up your mind time. You can make up your mind between the stupid comments and the things Joan Evans has shown you about that photo, claiming it's genuine and taken on the moon, or you can make up your mind with the brilliant expat Taffy explanation for it. It's up to you. Before I go now and finish this photo, I want to give you an example of the skills that other people had years ago, way before Photoshop. Take a look at the photo coming up. Okay, folks, look at this photo here now. What you've got here is, on the right, 3 people in this photo, one of them being King Edward. Now, the date this was taken was 1939. And in the photo on the left, they show where they've completely erased King Edward and they've reinstated the trees or the wall, every bit of detail. Absolutely perfect, isn't it? And that was not done with Photoshop. Now, we didn't give the exact date it was done, but as it states in the newspaper, it was way before Photoshop came into being. Now, there's a photo that's faultless, folks. That shows the skills people had years ago. And in case you missed it, there was also one where they changed the head of Lee Harvey Oswald. And you know the date that was 63. So this is giving you an indication of the time this was done. People in the 60s had great skills at altering photos, and it's a better job than what that one with the one-legged astronaut is, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?